So they have the boss of Japanese tech giant Fujitsu says there's a moral obligation.
Clip it up.
Just authentic. That's how it's pronounced.
As I say, croissant.
I see, yeah.
Fujitsu! But he says there's a moral obligation to pay post office scandal compensation, which is going to be paid in the form of... he's going to stab himself in the stomach with a big sword. No, he's not.
That's authentic now. It's moving away from authentic back towards racist.
I think this is more like he'll cut off his little finger.
yeah, because it is a bit of a. It does. I mean, it's got the ring of criminality about it.
I really want to do a Fujitsu now. I feel like I'm a dangerous comedian.
It feels
good. Go on, do an accent.
Fujitsu!
Yeah, we've black-pilled Josh, or red-pilled. I lose track of what colour the pills are supposed to be. Maybe I'm a pill racist. Anyway, there's £1 billion that's got to be paid out in compensation, they estimate. And this guy, Mr. Reid, who took charge of the post office in September 2019, insists the organisation has now drastically changed since he got back in touch. But they were responsible for a lot of failures, not just the post office software failure, but also a big, large-scale NHS IT system which cost an insane amount of money and, as I understand it, didn't work.
Can I say two things about this? Number one is...
Not in the accent, though.
Fujitsu! Fujitsu! I'll do it in a French accent. Fujitsu? Anyway, the point... One thing is that, yes, so this Fujitsu boss says that they have a moral obligation to pay the post office scandal compensation once caught.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where your moral obligation comes from being busted. And someone gave him the phrase, some PR said, say the word moral obligation and you'll sound like a decent human being. And number two is, at the end of the article, it says, an AI tool was used to add an extra layer to the editing process of the story. You can report any errors to the thing. This is the Mirror. That's the first time I've seen this in action. God. This is like an AI story.
No way.
So we don't know how AI says, Fujitsu!
It'll be biased, won't it? AI will be in favour of the tech company. Of course it will.
Hey, we don't know what mistakes were made or whatever. What's going on behind the scenes?
With this story, though, do you not think that somehow all the focus has been moved off the real bad guys? Because Fujitsu made bad tech and maybe covered up...
Postmasters.
The postmasters. No, the post office. Yeah. Because all of from my understanding of it, and that means watching all 4 episodes, that's all the research I've done, but all the extra money that was... taken away from these innocent people didn't end up in Fujitsu's pockets, ended up in the post office's profit.
Of course, apparently they underpaid tax by £300 million from the, I'm not sure exactly, because the way it worked. Maybe that was another error in their accounting software. The post office seems to be, so far it's come out on top financially.
Well, but now the guy who's been in charge for the last couple of years, he's basically rocked up to this committee and said, I don't know how much anyone got paid, and I don't have any evidence. It's like, come on, man, that's not cool. Saying that, I do own a couple of Royal Mail shares, so, let's not look too deeply. No, I want to say one more thing. It's Kate Moss's birthday. There's a picture of Kate Moss on the front there, and I just want to say I met her at a party when I was 18 years old, and I totally dissed her. I didn't know she was Kate Moss. And a friend of mine bumped into her a couple of months later and said, "Who's that guy? He was such a beep. He was so rude." And it was because I just was like, "Oh yeah, hi, yeah." Walked. "Oh, your name's Kate. Yeah, cool. All right." And I walked off to my friend. Anyway, just thought that made me look kind of cool.
Did it?
Did it? No, maybe not. Maybe not. If I'd known it was her, I would have.
I'm sure right now she sat around with two
She's
of her
been
friends
missing
saying,
out.
this guy really dissed me years ago.
Yeah. No, I was probably the only person who ever dissed her.
I can confirm that is how Josh speaks to people who aren't famous.
Yes. Thank you. I speak to Leo. You're
Speaks
famous.
to me like that. It's true.